Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Super Play NegativeAE, and welcome back. For a second time at the Ultimate Academy, a body discovery announcement sounded out. I'm super sad that both people I've chosen have died as ASAP. Pretty much as soon as possible as they could have died. Both people. What's going on? Okay, Kaito just showed up. I don't know what happened. Should break the take, right? We gotta check what's inside. Break it. Oh yeah, break it. Doesn't take too long to drain by hand. It'll take too long to drain by hand. But what would we even use to break? Hey, going to Keyboy, you're up. What do you mean we're up?
You're so dumb.
Gonta, throw Keyboy as hard as you can. Use that robot like a battering ram.
Do not mock me.
Who are you calling a battering ram? Gonta, throw Keybo. Got it. Then I'll help too.
Please wait.
No, wait just a second. You don't need to team up now. Isn't that bad for him? Sound was intense. A wall of piranhas and water dyed red with blood rushed out. We watched helplessly as the area flooded with water. After some deliberation, we decided to start cleaning everything up. However, I made sure not to disturb the scene more than necessary. With Kurumi's expertise, we were able to get to clean up enough to start investigating. I've gathered Ryoma's body and belongings in one place. Kibo looks depressed. He was just used as a battering ram, so I understand why. He's been reduced such that he can be carried in one hand. How fleeting and fragile life is. Going to put piranhas in bucket. Piranhas all got big tummies. Going to think they're full. And today, Ryoma is fish food, and tomorrow he'll be fish shit.
Oh my.
Don't say such things. I'm going with Miyu, because we've started going after Angie, but I feel like everybody that I've been with so far has been murdered. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch paths completely, trick the game, go with Miyu, and hope that she lives. This wasn't an accident, was it? Does this mean the killing game has started again? How could this happen? We all swore to each other, didn't we? We swore we'd never let the killing game start up again. So that was all just a lie. You guys are liars. All you liars, apologize to Ryoma. He believed the killing game wouldn't happen anymore. Your disingenuous tears mark you as a liar right now.
I get caught.
Oh, you figured it out. You've got a pretty good eye there, Kyo. Hey guys, how's it feel now that you've got a second murder victim on your hands? Huh? Ryoma's transparent? Has my X-ray vision superpower finally awakened? Father, you don't have superpowers. He's just been reduced to a skeleton. Finally, I've been waiting for the killing game to start up again. Means we could put all this boring crap on hold and start playing the blame game.
That's nice.
You're raring to go, Mono. Who are you again?
What the hell you saying?
Monosuke. You should at least remember your own kid's name.
Okay.
Mono Fanny, are you okay? 5, 4. Are you counting, Mono Fanny? Why are you counting? Because 3. I'm seriously 2 gonna puke 1 now. Why is this a running gag? She puked again.
Stupid.
What the hell are you doing, you failure?
Dumbass.
Listen up. We're here to make sure the killing game goes smoothly, capiche?
You're so
Also to keep me company. And the new mascots present a lot of exciting business opportunities. Shut up, you failure. What? Me too?
Yoo-hoo!
Hey, this conversation is fun and all, but we should really get this over with.
Cause Atua says so.
Don't we need to start investigating or something?
All right.
Alright, I'll get the culprit this time for sure. Hurry up and give us the thingy.
Okay.
You mean the Monokuma file, right? I also investigated the cause of death this time, so read it to your heart's delight.
Pops.
This is sorta unrelated, but I got a great business idea. Yeah, that's totally unrelated.
Got it.
Let's use this Monokuma file to start a funeral services business. You know, how it gets awkward at funerals when you start asking about the cause of
And
death?
that's that.
If we pass out Monokuma files, even the worst of deaths will get a giggle out of the attendees. Well, Pops, what do you think? You're so freaking cute. Cute? The way you pass out the files is just so cute. Why don't you come with me over here? Pops is gonna lick me all over. Father showering Monosuke with all his love. You think maybe Monosuke is right? Maybe Father doesn't like us anymore because we're not hostile and threatening enough. What the fuck? I think maybe I'll follow Monosuke.
So long. Farewell.
It's a lot of depressing so long farewells. In any event, let us begin the investigation. Investigation? So it's really gonna start again.
Actually,
Someone among us. No more going to want to investigate friends. Then don't do it. I'm not going to investigate either.
because
You'll be fine if you're short a person, and I doubt a child caregiver would be much help. Odd.
Lucky.
Maki is odd. I tried to stop her, but Maki didn't even turn around. She just kept
what was
walking.
that?
The fuck is that bitch's problem? She's seriously not gonna investigate?
Comprehensible.
Seems rather irresponsible. She likely assumes someone else will take care of it, and I suppose she isn't wrong. But why would she say that now? She participated in Rantara's investigation. Though I suppose Maki has been acting strangely lately. I've been told she spends all day in her lab. What is she doing in there? Well, I'll have a talk with Maki later. For now, we should start investigating. I'm seriously pissed we gotta do this, but it's our only chance to survive.
Right?
Yep, I'll do my very best too.
Because.
Gonta and I have to work especially hard so we can regain everyone's trust.
Right.
Oh yes, you're right. But we don't even need to investigate. It's pretty obvious who the culprit is.
Huh?
What?
Right?
Ryoma was murdered during a certain magical girl's show, right? I think we need to be a little bit more suspicious of that little magical girl. But she's so suspicious that it seems not suspicious.
Right?
But then again, she made herself out to look not suspicious, so now she's super suspicious.
Degenerate male.
Shut up already. How dare you toy with Himiko's pure heart.
Me.
You just said Himiko, didn't you? But I never mentioned her name.
Gotta be kidding me.
Shut up. Himiko would never do something like that. I know her best. Right, Himiko?
No.
This is the part where you agree with me.
Anyway,
Himiko, can you at least tell us the trick behind the underwater escape act?
because.
If we know how the trick works, we can try to figure out how the culprit killed...
It's impossible.
That's not possible.
Huh?
Not possible, why not?
It's magic.
There's no trick to underwater escape, because it was my magic. How long is that donkey-lipped midget gonna keep saying that? Himiko, in order for us to find the culprit, it's plain to see that we need your help.
Let it out.
My answer won't change, no matter what you say.
I'm a mate.
There's no trick to my magic, because it's magic.
Seriously? Come on.
How long are you gonna keep that bullshit up? Listen, If we don't catch the culprit, we're...
Cut it out already!
That's enough. If Himiko says it's magic, then it's magic. I'll use my Neo Aikido to obliterate any degenerate male who tries to bully me, Himiko. I'm not bullying her, it's not her fault she's being so stubborn. Well, it's fine if you don't want to tell us. I'll just find out myself.
Right?
Actually, that sounds pretty fun. To solve this mystery, we must first learn the trick behind Himiko's underwater escape act.
Let's do it.
We have no choice in the matter. He's right, we have no choice. Okay, yeah, we have no choice. Someone killed, oh god. Let's investigate. Come on. Wow.
Shuichi!
You got a sec? What's wrong?
I mean,
Before we start the investigation, there's something I gotta tell you. You're my sidekick from now on.
you know,
I'm more of a scientist kind of guy, so I'm not really cut out for investigations. But that's a good quality to have for investigation. Plus, the only stage fit for Kaito Momoto, Luminary of the Stars, is the universe itself. So I'll leave the details to you. Pave the path for my success. But I don't know what to do as a
don't worry
sidekick.
about it.
Don't worry about it. I'll make all the tough calls, you just gotta do what I say. He loves to make make decisions on his own, doesn't he?
Leave it to me.
I'll take full responsibility. Since you're my sidekick, there's nothing to worry about.
Got it.
Alright, let's get started. First we gotta check the Monokuma file.
Okay.
Kaito is making me his sidekick like this? Could it be... I'm not scared. I tried hard not to be, but I'm scared. Can't stop thinking about the pain and sadness that comes if I reveal the truth. That's what I'm afraid of. Is he trying to help me? Hey, what's the matter? Let's check the Monokuma file already.
Okay.
Alright. At Kaito's behest, I looked over the Monokuma file. Ultimate Tennis Pro. Body discovered in the gym. Cause of death was drowning. His body was consumed by piranhas until only bones remain. So he was dead before the piranhas. No other injuries can be confirmed at this time. He was drowned before the piranhas
Come on,
thing.
man.
And there was no Ryoma in the water beforehand. Before she jumped in the water. So that means at some point behind the curtain, Ryoma was put into the water and drowned. There's less written here than before. I've got a bad feeling about this. Time of death isn't written here.
Remember.
Previous Monokuma file indicated Rantara's time of death, correct? Yes. So Ryoma died yesterday, is basically what this means. If there's no time of death, then the time of death was yesterday. And that Ryoma was drowned yesterday so that today he could be put into the water. But who wasn't at the bug meeting? Kurumi. Kurumi was the only one that wasn't there, and Kaito. So, unless you count Angie and Himiko, but I genuinely think that they're not part of this. It's too easy for them to be part of this. The Monokuma file this time doesn't indicate the time of death.
No.
No, this was intentional. Monokuma told us that he wouldn't give us any information that would reveal the culprit. Thinking about it that way, it implies the information would be damning for the evidence for the culprit. That means the key to this case is the time of death.
Well done.
There you go. I knew I picked a good sidekick. There's one more thing in the Monokuma file that catches my eye. Ryoma's cause of death. It says drowning, but if that's the case, we might be able to unravel the case from there. Okay, so he was definitely drowned yesterday, which means that everybody in the room with Kokichi and Gonta was safe. Everybody not in the room, which was Ryoma, Kaito, Kurumi, and Angie and Himiko were there too. So it had to have been Kurumi or Kaito. He's pretty commanding as I expected. It had to have been Kurumi or Kaito. Let's investigate the body. It was the large water tank from the escape trick. The glass is broken, it's in bad shape.
Man.
Do you guys really need to break the glass? Everything's soaked now. Well, if we had left Ryoma's body there, we wouldn't have been able to investigate.
Right.
I guess it would have taken way too long to just empty the whole tank with a bucket. It was a lot of cleanup, but at least we can investigate the tank now. There might be a clue around here. Should take a closer look. Yeah, you're right. But I should investigate the area thoroughly. There's bound to be something. Well, we got handcuffs here. Handcuffs? Why are there handcuffs here? Still locked. And there are small scratches on them. Handcuffs appear to be stainless steel, so not too hard to scratch. They must have been scraping against something hard or sharp. What are those handcuffs? Or were they in the tank? I've never seen those handcuffs in the warehouse. Where'd they come from? Could it be he's a prisoner? Ryoma's lab wasn't just for the Ultimate Tennis Pro, but also for the Ultimate Prisoner. So perhaps some element of that was in his lab as well. Scratched handcuffs. Glass panel. There's a square pane of glass at the bottom of the water tank. It doesn't look like a broken piece. There are other fragments that are far more random than this. It's nearly impossible for the broken water tank to produce such a perfect square of glass. Then what exactly is this pane? Ryoma's body. Ryoma's body is nothing more than a skeleton now. Not even a shadow of what he was. What the heck is this? Hey, is this really Ryoma? I didn't see the moment it happened, so I can't believe it.
Okay.
I'm certain of it.
Remember.
Everyone watching the show witnessed it. Ryoma became nothing but bones.
Damn.
I can't believe he died in such a gruesome... He died by drowning, though. The water filled with blood so fast we didn't see the whole thing, thankfully. But his skeleton is unmistakably Ryoma's. Jeez, I know he wanted to die, but he didn't have to actually go and do it. No, I don't think that's right, Kaito. Ryoma wasn't trying to die. He said as much. He was jealous of us who wanted to live. What do you mean he was jealous? I'm positive that Ryoma wanted to join us. That's why he needed a reason to live. So that he could have the same feelings we do. So that he would have a reason to keep going. To fight alongside us. Then he was a real idiot. Who cares if you don't have a reason to live? Can't your reason for living be something simple like good food or your friends? Damn it, that idiot. So we gotta think, last time we saw him was yesterday. Right before we got captured by Gonta. So from that time in the morning to now, which is the morning of the next day, if we use this key, we can investigate Ryoma's room. So it's definitely whoever wasn't there. So it's got to be Kaito. I don't think Kurumi would do this. What's in this room to investigate? The motive video. We should find out whose video Ryoma had. Then you think Ryoma was killed because of that video? I can't say for certain, but we should check just in case. Although, he might have had my video. If that were the case, I might be a suspect. Well, no point in thinking about that now. Can we check it? Alright. Cool. It says to go back. There's still things to investigate here. Bucket. Put them up. I can't believe going to do all that. Wait, yes I can. And I think Ryoma's inside their stomachs. I don't even feel like eating them. Why would you even consider eating them in the first place? Only the strong can survive in this world that Atua has created. The least we can do is pray for Ryoma's soul so that he may enter Atua's kingdom.
Come on, man.
Can he really go there looking like this? Those piranhas were a miraculous mystery. Maybe Atua was behind those videos too.
Huh?
What are you talking about? I noticed it right as the show started.
What a surprise!
I feel like there were more piranhas today than yesterday when we were preparing.
No.
More piranhas? What, did they multiply overnight? There's no way they could reproduce that fast.
But
But compared to yesterday, the piranhas looked super crammed into that tank. So they looked more crammed together.
dear, dear.
The water was too murky, so I couldn't tell how many more piranhas there were.
Oh my!
But anyway, it was super crammed.
Surprise!
What a surprise! Jeez, we get it. More piranhas than yesterday. There might be something to that. Fuck. That is interesting. That is very interesting. That's like a truth bullet? I don't know what that would mean. So you were helping set up the show, right, Kurumi? Did you hear anything about the trick?
Do not agree.
No, I did not hear a word. Furthermore, my help consisted of sewing the banner and curtains, so I do not know the details of her trick. Timer? This timer was counting down the escape trick. Didn't realize it, but it was also a timer to reveal Ryoma's body. Piranha tank. When I stood on stage and looked directly up, the piranha tank was directly overhead. It was set up so the bottom would open when the timer would reach 0. The bottom is now open and the tank is empty. It doesn't look as though it had a lid. I can see the ceiling straight through. And only the front side is glass. The other sides are made of wood. So the piranha tank had no lid, and only the front was made of glass.
So,
The tank was from Himiko's research lab. You helped carry supplies for the show, right? Yeah, me, Kibo, Himiko, and Angie. But I just helped carry it. I wonder how they hung it from there.
no.
It was a heavy tank full of water and piranhas. They couldn't have been easy to lift. It seems this is where the lighting batten for the gym is attached.
It seems as if
The control panel on the side of the stage allows you to raise and lower the batten. It seems they lowered the batten, attached the piranha tank to it, and then raised it again. I never knew lighting battens were sturdy enough to lift a heavy tank like that, or a tank like that. Since it was built to lift heavy objects, it would probably be quite sturdy. Interesting. Piranha tank is another truth bullet. I'm going to fail this class trial. I'm gonna fail it because I have no clue. I think it's Kaito and Kurumi, but like honestly, that's too easy. It's too easy. There's still things to investigate here. Ladder? There's a ladder here. I wonder if it was used to set up the show. Closed curtain up here. There's a curtain covering it, but I believe there's a window on the other side. What's the matter? You want to check that window out? Yeah, but... Oh, it's too high up to reach, huh? Yeah, it is pretty high. Even higher than the piranha tank. Higher than the piranha tank. That's right. There is a ladder to the stage. I'll go get it. Kaito quickly headed off stage. He returned carrying the ladder that was set up beside the stage over his shoulder.
Hey, so
You know, shouldn't the sidekick be the one bringing the ladder?
thank you.
Yeah, I suppose so. Thank you. After setting up the ladder on top of the stage, I climbed up the rungs.
You can just barely reach the window with this. And if you open the curtain... Oh, the window is open.
If the window's open, does that mean the culprit used it?
Everything is pointing to him.
So what's on the other side of the window?
But I know the game is trying to make me think that, like, Kaito wasn't there until the thing, and then he did. It makes so much sense that it's Kaito, but they're gonna throw me for a loop. I know it. I know it. I can't see much, but I think it's the pool.
I heard we had one here somewhere. All right, let's check it out later. The culprit probably went through there.
Oh, wait. What is this?
What's up?
Nothing. It just looks like marks on the window frame.
Window frame had distinct abrasions, perhaps scratched by someone. This might be related to the case. I am going to absolutely fail this class trial because I have no idea. Some of the truth bullets that I'm getting are just like, well, how the fuck does this have anything to do with the murder? Don't investigate in that window. I'll go put the ladder back. Yeah, that would be great. Thank you, Kaito. Shouldn't the sidekick be doing this? He complained, but he should put the ladder back for me. I've investigated everything I wanted to on the stage. We all done here? Let's go. Light panel.
Huh?
What's this? It's the control panel for the stage light. It allows you to raise and lower the bed. Let's see. I think there are still things to investigate. Alright. So we've investigated everything as far as like stuff goes, but we probably need accounts. So let's talk to Correcchio. I never would have imagined such a cool murder happening in such a fun show. Why did the culprit commit such a barbaric act if there was just this panic? I don't think that was the sole motivation. There was some other reason for it. That reason must be related to Himiko's magic show somehow. So that means if the culprit knew of Himiko's trick and made... That means the culprit knew of Himiko's trick and made use of it, yes? If that's true, did Himiko tell someone? Someone who thinks the trick is actual magic?
Well, then.
Since the show was used, we must investigate the trick as well. Kyo murmured to himself and then walked back to the stage. Let's follow him. We should investigate the entire area anyway. Rope. It's a pretty long rope. What was it used for? I estimate it is roughly 65 feet in length. You can tell just by looking at it. I am well versed in ropes. I once visited a village where their use was commonplace. When it was time for me to leave, the women of the village all begged me to stay. I find that deeply disturbing, but I have to focus on this investigation. Anyway, what is this rope? Could it be related to the case? I think so, probably. It's the puddle? What? There's a puddle behind the staircase. This isn't a puddle from when we broke the tank. The floor around it is completely dry. Perhaps someone who was wet was here doing something. Wet changing clothes. But how would you get from the water tank to the space behind the staircase? This may be a vital clue to understanding how the underwater escape trick works. Oh god. Oh, these truth bullets are killing me, dude.
Listen.
Since the show has been used for murder, we must investigate Himiko's trick. Perhaps there are clues here. Stage staircase. Staircase goes up to the top of the stage. Inspecting it closely, I can see some places on its side are wet. Might have something to do with the puddle next to it. nothing strange about it from behind. Other than its large size, it's a normal tank. All sides of the tank seem to be made of a special type of glass. I see no hidden doors. Very mysterious. How, I wonder, did Himiko escape from the tank? Well, if we figured it out easily, it wouldn't be a magic trick. I guess I believe that if we would figure out the route Himiko took, we would discover how Ryoma got in there. That is true. There's a high probability that they used the same route. To reveal how Ryoma got into the tank, I need to reveal how Himiko managed to get out of it. I've investigated just about everything to do with this stage, but I still don't know how the trick was performed. Hey, how long are you gonna investigate here? We still gotta find the culprit, you know? Come on, let's go.
Kaito.
Everything's pointing to Kaito, but like, it's so hard to pick Kaito because I know the game is forcing that option on me. Wait, Kaito. Let's talk to Kibo. Although there are many unknown variables, the first thing we need to make clear is, when was Ryoma murdered? Well, in the middle of the show, obviously. The culprit knew how Himiko's trick worked and took advantage of it to kill Ryoma. In other words, everyone watching the show isn't suspicious. Kaito, you didn't attend the show either, did you?
Well, that's...
No, but I'm still not suspicious. I forgot a promise, so I was just eating breakfast.
Of course!
You got it? I'm not suspicious.
Dear.
I do not understand how that explanation is supposed to convince me. Kibo does have a point. He's very suspicious, but the game knows that he's suspicious.
Hey, degenerate male!
So he's not going to be. Does that make sense? Like the game knows that it's giving me that option, so it's gonna it's not gonna give me that. It's not gonna give me that easy. If Himiko says it's magic, then it's magic. Got it? I'll use my Neo Aikido to obliterate any degenerate male who bullies Himiko. But if we don't understand the magic trick, how can we possibly survive the trial? And you won't tell me, right?
Himiko!
Don't worry, everyone is smiling. I don't think any of us can smile right now. If it's alright, are you ready to talk about your underwater escape trick? We need to understand how your trick works if we're going to solve this mystery.
Come on, man.
It's magic, you understand the situation we're in. If you threaten me, it won't change, it's magic. Time's up, Q&A session is over. So you want to feel the full fulganic wrath of my Neo Aikido.
Jeez.
This guard is more strict than security at idol events. That's right, we need to ask Angie about the stage. Angie, I wanted to ask you some questions about the stage. Yep, I was in charge of all the art. I even built and painted the stage. Then, do you know anything about Himiko's trick? How it worked, perhaps?
No?
I don't know the trick. Himiko only said it was magic. I suppose she didn't tell Angie the secret either. Anyway, you asked other people to help you with the preparations, right?
Yep.
Yep, we started the paperwork yesterday. Lots of people helped out. Like when we were moving the heavy tank from the stairs to Himiko's research lab. Me and Kibo helped with that. The tank had a pulleys, but because it was so huge, it was still a lot of work.
Right.
So I asked Kurumi to sew the curtains because I hate sewing.
Thanks, B2A2A.
So basically, it's all thanks to Atua that this show was a success. No, it's all because of us. Was it really a success? By the way, were the piranhas your idea?
Yes.
On its own, the Underwater Escape Act is no different from a normal magic show.
So divine.
I thought it would make the show more exciting and divine if we used piranhas.
Tua has spoken.
That's what Atua had told me. So Atua gives you that kind of advice too, does he? And about the piranha tank and the timer, those were from Himiko's lab, correct?
Of course.
Yep. According to the piranha tank's manual, it's synced up with the timer. When the timer goes off, the bottom of the piranha tank will open automatically. As most of the equipment came from Himiko's lab. And right when we finished the paperwork and we were about to take a break, Gonta captured us, so we couldn't rehearse at all.
Jeez.
But when Gonta let us go, it was already nighttime, so we couldn't go back to the gym.
No.
Oh yeah, you can't enter the gym at nighttime.
Yup.
So we decided to come to the gym today, before the morning announcement.
Thank you.
Himiko and I were waiting for the gym to open. Oh, I was so relieved the set was intact. So no one could have snuck into the gym before those two got here.
Ah,
What's up, Shuichi? Are you worried because of this confusing incident?
but
Don't worry, it'll be fine.
Atua has
Two has spoken. You have nothing to worry about.
No.
Nothing can escape Atua's sight, not even the culprit. Atua is truly a divine force to be reckoned with. Angie is starting to sound more and more creepy. I think she's always been creepy. I'm just gonna talk with everybody here. Hey, Flumwad, I need something for you. It's not a very polite way to ask for something. It's got nothing to do with the incident, but I heard Gonta captured you guys last night. What the hell was that about? I was running around, so I got no clue what happened. Oh yeah, tell me too. I was also running, so I still don't know what went on. How did Miu escape from Gonta? She's not strong enough to fight him. Chop chop, you slimy shit. Well, I suppose you could say that Gonta was tricked into kidnapping us. The first ones to get captured were Kibo, Kyo, Tsumugi, Tenko, and I. Himiko and Angie were brought in later. From the gym, right? Exactly. And Kokichi left the room after, around 9 p.m. So they must have brought in about 5 minutes before that.
If I remember correctly.
We were all forced to participate in Gonta's insect meet and greet. We were freed about an hour into nighttime, around 11 p.m. So from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., everyone there had an alibi. And those people without an alibi are me, Kurumi, Maki, and Ryoma. Oh, that's true, Maki, huh? I see, you've learned what an alibi is, thanks to the previous incident. But what the fuck is this insect meet and greet bullshit?
Why?
By the way, Miyu, how were you able to get away from Gonta? Well... I had to use my secret woman weapon, and let's just leave it at that. Secret woman weapon?
Wait!
Hey, what's a secret woman weapon? She's trying to laugh it off.
Man.
Suichi, just leave her be. Listening to her just tire you out. And probably it's better to get the truth out of her at the class trial. Insect meet and greet has been added to this section of your trial. So that's definitely when the murder took place. Kokichi probably did it. Actually, now that I think about it, Kokichi was gone for a long time too. If Himiko doesn't tell us how the trick works, we won't be able to know how Ryoma was killed, right? But with the way she is, how do we convince her? What if Ryoma was a former apprentice of Himiko's master and vowed revenge on him? And he murdered a lookalike of himself in order to sabotage her show. Or something like that. It's happened before, probably. Tsumugi, you were the least helpful one out of everybody.
Hey.
I'm glad Himiko made this game more difficult. Now I won't be nearly as bored.
Right.
Time to work hard and solve this mystery. Get ready, culprit, because here I come. I don't know why I talked to him.
How can this be?
Gonta could have saved him. No, Gonta should have saved him. Gonta, what's wrong? When piranhas attacked Ryoma, if Gonta had dived into tank, then Gonta could help Ryoma, but Gonta got scared. Too scared to do anything.
Idiot.
Gonta really sorry.
Man.
Man shouldn't apologize so easily. Even if you had jumped in, they would have just eaten you too.
That's true.
And from what I read in the Monokuma file, you couldn't have saved him anyway, Gonta. Really? Does it say that in the Monokuma file?
No.
You haven't read the Monokuma file yet?
Gonta, not smart.
Gonta not really understand it. Gonta not smart enough to be helped. What are you talking about? If you've got time to apologize, you've got time to read the file. If you think you can't help, then work until you can. That's what you can do.
Right.
That's right, Gonta. You're a huge help. There's some information that only you know, after all. Information only Gonta knows. Remember, during the show, you went up on the stage? That was about 20 seconds before the piranhas dropped, right? Yeah, because Gonta worry about Himiko. Did you see inside the tank? Did you see Himiko or Ryoma? No, Gonta see no one in tank. Gonta kinda surprised. You can't do that, we're still in the middle of the show. But if Gonta do nothing, Himiko get eaten by piranhas, huh?
But you know...
But when the piranhas were dropped and the curtains opened, Ryoma was in the tank, right? Yeah, that's right.
So...
When did Ryoma get there? You didn't see it happen.
Oh, going to see.
Wait a second. Wait just a moment.
Sorry.
Gonta should have watched Tank better. Guaranteed. Okay, it's coming together in my head. So, Ryoma was in the piranha tank. And since it was made out of wood and only the front is glass, that means there could have been a separation of Ryoma and the piranhas. And that's why the piranhas looked like there were more of them, because they were squished up against the glass instead of like taking up the whole tank. For some reason. But why would they put him in there? It definitely occurred last night because it would have needed setup. And the only one that could have set up is Kurumi, Maki, Kaito, or Kokichi. Those are the four.
Class.
Like I said, a man shouldn't apologize so easily. You're right.
No.
Then Himiko would have left the stage and dropped in would have been Ryoma. Even if Himiko disappearing act was part of the Underwater Escape Act, how did Ryoma get into the tank? Is that part of Himiko's trick? I'm positive that the mystery will be an important point of this case. Gonta's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your notepad. Interesting. I believe we've investigated everything we need to. Well, our investigation's over now. So who's the culprit? I can't say for certain yet. There are other places I need to investigate.
Man.
That's...
The pool next to the gym.
That's true.
It's a window. I want to go to Ryoma's room to find out which motive he had. Then I want to investigate the Ultimate Tennis Pros lab. I've deduced that the handcuffs were found in the water tank. Probably came from there.
Ah.
Last of all, I want to the Ultimate Magician's lab. I want to know more about Himiko's trick. If we go there, I'm sure there'll be some kind of clue. Good luck, Shuichi. After all, it's gonna be you doing the heavy lifting here.
Don't screw around.
Alright, so it's true with pool, I guess. We have to go to a lot of places. So, so the only people that don't have alibis are the only people that could have done the murder. The reason why the time of death is obscured is because of that. It's because the murder took place yesterday. Now, if that's the case, then it narrows it down significantly to just like 4 people. Oh, I guess this is just, the Ultimate Magician's Lab's right here, huh? Okay. So this is Himiko's research lab. What are we going to investigate again? The trick that Himiko used in her magic show. I need to figure out how it worked. But what if it was real magic with no tricks or mechanisms? Well, that would be a problem. But it's not just about the trick. I need to ask that guy some questions.
Shuichi.
Hey, Suichi. Did you want to ask me something? I'll tell you anything you want to know. You are my favorite, after all. When he says that, it sounds like he means the opposite. Makes me nervous. I do, actually. It's about when we kidnapped Gonta yesterday. You snuck into our rooms to steal our motive videos, right? But is that all you were doing? You came back pretty late. I see. You want to know my alibi for nighttime yesterday. That's a good question to ask. The gym is off limits during nighttime, so Ryoma was probably killed before or after. Which makes nighttime yesterday so suspicious, since everyone was doing their own thing. And what were you doing then? It'd be easier if I just explained step by step what happened while I was out last night. After you regained consciousness, Suichi, Gonta, brought Himiko and Angie. That was about 5 minutes before 9 p.m. Right after that, I left Gonta's lab and headed towards the dorms. I thought I'd be back in an hour, the start of nighttime, but something happened. Right when I got to the entrance hall, Kurumi spotted me. And that was right after I left Gonta's lab, so it was right around 9 p.m. She started throwing questions at me left and right, asking if I was up to no good. Then she started criticizing my behavior and lecturing me on my manners and relationships. Can you believe that? I mean, who does she think she is? My mom or something?
If I remember correctly.
Didn't you ask Kurumi to be your mom earlier? She just kept talking and then finally let me go around at 10 p.m. when nighttime rolled around. A whole hour. Well, only the first half hour was a lecture, then we started playing tag for the other half. She was starting to bore me, so I turned around to leave and then...
Please wait.
Stop right there, our conversation is not over yet. I don't gotta listen to you. You're not worthy of lecturing the ultimate supreme leader. Come on, Miss Maid, catch me if you can. Is that a request?
So that means...
And then, I guess Kurumi decided to take tag super seriously. I tried my best, but in the end she caught me a little before 10 p.m. And then she started lecturing me again, and then let me go when nighttime started. So, do your alibis hold up even when she was chasing you around? We ran into each other a bunch of times, so yeah, they should hold up. Both Kokichi and Kurumi have alibis. After Kurumi let me go, I finally went to the dorms and collected everyone's videos. By the time I returned to Gonta's lab, it was already 11 p.m. Then from 10 to 11, he doesn't have an alibi. Oh yeah, I did something odd while Kurumi was lecturing me. I did see something odd. I saw a half-naked girl wandering around the courtyard in her underwear. It was too dark for me to make out who it was, but I saw her walk around for a bit. Wonder who it was. It was Miyu. Miyu got fully naked, so that way Gonta couldn't grab her. By the way, you didn't get captured by Gonta yesterday, did you, Kaito? Where were you? What were you doing?
Okay.
I was running around the whole time. I hid in bathrooms, bedrooms, all over the school. I see. They're really putting the blame on him, which makes me mad because, like, I think it's him. Good little large water tank. It's a huge water tank. It looks like the one that was used in Himiko's show. Looks like the same tank used in the show. I guess this one was... Wait. Then perhaps if we investigate this tank, we can learn the secret of the trick. Encouraged, I began walking around the tank. I was looking for anything that could be a switch or mechanism. What's this? There's a segment of the tank near the top that opens up, but why open up there? Perhaps it isn't random. This segment had to open up there. Here. Okay. Alright, that means there's nothing else in there. Interesting. So, we probably want to go to the Ultimate Tennis Lab, which is right over here, and then to Ryoma's room. Oh, and then to the pool as well. The Ultimate Tennis Pros lab. If I'm right, then the handcuffs that were found in the tank came from here. And if the handcuffs came from here, that means the culprit came here as well. They may have left a trace of evidence. It was a little different from when we were here before. It feels off. What's the matter, Shuichi?
No.
Nothing. Let's just figure out the handcuffs. I have a feeling something's in the shower room. This is the first time I've been in here. It's a shower room, but it feels less like the Ultimate Tennis Pros. And more like the Ultimate Prisoner's lab.
Hey, so...
Do you think it was made that way on purpose? Did they remodel the shower just for that? Yeah, I think they did. Jeez, Monokuma's got bad taste. We already knew that. It's missing from here. There they are, the handcuffs. Look, Kaito, handcuffs hanging on the wall. Oh, they look like the ones in the tank. Or, wait, are they the same?
Yes.
I think so. Here, look.
Remember.
See? One empty hook. The handcuffs we found must have been hung there, which means the culprit was definitely here. Still things to investigate. Window? This window has no blinds, barbed wire, and there was a window I could see from the pool area. This is probably that window. I should open it just to make sure.
Just as I
Oh, super fucking interesting.
The window you can see from the pool is the window to Ryoma's lab.
That's super fucking interesting. What does that mean? We're on the 3rd floor. I'm pretty high up, yeah? If you did it just right, I think you could jump into the pool from here. Yeah, and you can swim anytime other than nighttime. It said that in the school rules and the rules in the pool area as well. Wait a second, what's this?
Hey, so...
Some weird scratches on the window frame. There are definite abrasions here. These marks are similar to the ones that were on the gym's window frame. I'm positive these marks aren't the result of opening and closing the window normally. The window's frame is sturdy as well. The gym window's frame was the other way. It looks like it would hold even with a lot of weight on it. Now you understand, right, Shuichi?
Got it.
How amazing I am to have noticed such an ultra very important clue.
Kaito Momo.
It's all in a day's work. Alright. There's still things to investigate here. It said something. We got another bullet. More scratch marks. Scratches on the stone. Like something was scraped against it. They're really enforcing the scraping. They're scraping here. These scratch marks are clearly not natural. They must have been some kind of metal. That is interesting. Scratch sink. We came here to confirm any suspicion about the handcuffs are in the tank, but we found even more important clues than I expected. Together with the fact that this is Ryoma's own lab, there are too many points of concern for it to be mere coincidence. It must be important evidence.
Hey!
Seem more confident. Let's go on to the next place. We could. Let's do it. Oh yeah. Oh, we have to leave here first. Fuck. Let's leave.
Hey, so...
So where should we go?
Whoa!
As soon as he came out of the shower room, Kaito tripped and fell to the ground.
Hold up.
Something's caught on my leg. Looks like a cable. Is this the tennis net? Man, whoever left this here should really put it in the corner. The tennis net? I see, that's why this room felt odd. Should investigate this in detail. Kaito, you said this cable is for hanging up the tennis net, right? Yeah, that's right.
Got it.
It's the cable that keeps the net up. That's the reason I thought this room fell off, is because of the net. When I came here last time, the tennis net was up.
Okay.
But now the cable has been removed. So, like, someone took the cable off. Why would they do that?
Hey,
Kaito, can you help me? I want to measure how long this cable is. Okay, I'm piecing things together a little bit. It's weird because I don't really know how it all connects. The piranha thing with Ryoma and the piranha thing makes a lot of sense. There's also like a rope thing where you could like have thrown a rope from Ryoma's room to the thing. I know, I was in the tennis club till middle school, so I know how long the cable is.
That's right.
That's why it pissed me off so much that Ryoma was acting like that. Did you know Ryoma from before? I never met him, but I heard a lot about him.
You know,
I mean, these days, there's no one who's played tennis that hasn't heard of him. He's been a tennis legend since middle school. He was like a hero to every tennis kid. And then once I finally got to meet him, he became a coward. That pissed me off so much I ended up being too hard on him. But regretting that now won't help. There's nothing I can do. So what's suspicious about the length of the cable? Did something about it bother you? No, nothing specific, I was just checking. So detectives get bothered by small details, huh? Like an overbearing mother-in-law nitpicking a young wife. What is that analogy? Net cable. Alright, I've searched the whole area now. I should move on to the next one. There are still other places left to search. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll continue the rest of the investigation tomorrow. I still don't know if we'll start the class trial. Depends on how much stuff there is to investigate in the pool and the dormitory area. But we'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. I am so confused. I have no idea who possibly could have done this. I mean, there's obviously the suspicious few. I think that Kokichi probably has a pretty solid alibi, and Kurumi also has a solid alibi thanks to Kokichi. But then we're left with Maki and Kaito over here, so I don't know. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys in the next episode, whatever it may be, and peace out, you guys.